in bad faith, use a proxy mediation conference to lure me into signing an agreement not to pursue an action against non-parties and to avoid having criminal behavior exposed, hoping to escape accountability. Now, that right there could be conclusionary, but I said it here does not comport with fundamental fairness for an attorney to mislead an opponent, even unintentionally, and then reap the benefits. And these are the things that take a little bit of time. And I think this is where you were going with your thing also, Brett. You see number 19? It has to be absolute, and I think that was correct. Unconditional, I believe it was, and identical to the terms of the offer, which I believe in your case it was. I don't think it was ever disputed.
Right.
Well, wasn't the case in mine, right? I disputed what was actually on the paper, and I had one of the most weird things happen, and I acted within my rights to then accept to reject what their counteroffer by the added language in the release because it materially altered the stipulation and deviated from my position. And I just showed them with case law. Oh shit! Oh, let me bring this back up. And by the way, everybody who I don't know which class it was it 4 or 5 or whatever, 3? Go back and understand how to bring it, how to do how to set up your online access. By the way, anybody have any thoughts or comments or anything, whether the question is about fraud, how fraud has to be played, how to make sure that you don't overlook that a something fraudulent may be going on. Anybody with thoughts, questions, raise your hand. We'll push through, and hopefully that I've done enough to give people a pretty decent overview of some things. And we're going to have more than one session of this, but I thought that I would just, instead of just talking about things, I'd show you where I am in my process as well. I don't know why this thing is going through this unless they see me doing it and they say, "Hey, shut that shit down." But it's real clear. I go back even down to the original petition. And you know what's interesting about my case is I never had any of my motions ruled upon favorably, which is kind of weird. And the complaint's pretty simple, people. Well, there's a summons, as you all can see. So what you can see: a summons, see the clerk stamp, then the complaint. State the facts, make it simple, give your counts. That's simple. You ain't gotta go all over the place a lot of times when things are pretty simple. Now, granted, that's not what the one that comes off of this is gonna look like, but hopefully that gives people an overview. But you have to have something that you're arguing for with the complaint, and then I see the request for admissions, request to produce, compel, taking deposition by them, and then them compelling me to do certain things. All of this stuff is just part of the process, which shouldn't have taken this long. Not at all. But for some reason, because I will allege personally that Michael Rowe and Miss Macklemore, for whoever her firm is, I think it's Baker and Donald. I don't want to say the wrong name, but whoever she represents, know that what they did with not just the VA, and this is my objection, which she didn't even refer to on the objection when I state clearly filed a pleading on behalf of a party without having made appearance in the matter. When Michael Rowe filed a pleading for Dr. Shim, he doesn't represent Dr. Shim. He only represents Chandra Denise Tucker. But yet the court allowed him to file a motion for somebody that he did not represent. And we'll go here, and y'all have to excuse my damn ice maker. The things like it's dropping diamonds out. But anyway,
We can't hear it, Greg, so don't worry about it.
okay, it's right. But cannot file motion. I just I struggle with my glasses sometimes without. I don't know. It takes a little bit of time sometimes. Plus, I did get out and do almost 6 miles a day, so it's a little bit weary. Not and of course in this he didn't. And Dr. Shim is not a party to the case. And then he defended it. I only sued as y'all could see Chandra. Y'all see the Florida Houndsman Association, right? Hopefully y'all see that the I'm hoping you all see the
Yeah.
yeah. So in other words, attorneys have rules they have to follow, and I think most attorneys are great. I would stand behind that. I learned so much from attorneys, you all have no idea. And that's not just a humbling situation, it's an appreciative situation. And hence why we can't get these things. I'm gonna continue to fight to find out. And what I would like for other people to do is to take upon themselves, whatever their situation is, to fight the same way. And I'm gonna keep on going. Plus, there's some other material misrepresentations involving these parties, and because it involves veterans, it's naturally going to be near and dear to me because I'm a veteran. And to have heard the attorney for State Farm brazenly state that they had had other cases and unrelated cases where